Cigar Box Guitar Lesson. It's open tuned 1-chord boogie. So we're tuned open G. This is an A string tuned down to G, and a D string tuned normal to D, and a third string G tuned normal to G. G, D, G. So open tuned, no fingers at all, is a G chord. You probably already know that. It's a G, D, G. There's no major third to it, so it's a 2-note chord. You have a high G and a low G and a D. So this is free form. It's 1 chord and a whole lot of notes thrown in and a whole lot of licks thrown in. So I'm going to show you a couple of minutes of just pure improv here, and then we'll go over a couple different things. There's just so many different options here. There's not enough time to go over everything and do the intricacy of every little lick here. But let's just start it. There's your G chord. I'm going to concentrate on the 3rd and 5th fret on all 3 strings. I'm doing a hammer-on the 1st string. Real slow. So 1st finger is on the 1st string 3rd fret, and I'm hammering 2 frets up to the 5th fret with my 3rd finger. And the trick here is you want to pause slightly. Now I'm going back to that 2nd string 3rd fret. I'm choking almost exclusively with my fretting hand. So I'm doing a hammer-on. Common lick right there. You use the middle string on the 3rd fret. So if I want to accent the top string, I do a flick up with my 1st finger. I don't use a pick on cigar box guitars at all. I use my fingers. So here's a hammer-on. 1st string, 3rd fret to the 5th fret. And I'm doing an up strum with my 1st finger. And a little bend up. A lot of choking. I'm choking with both hands. This hand. And this hand. So, a real short little synopsis of the notes that will work for what we're doing here is 0, 3, and 5. 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 5, and 0, 3, 5. That's all we're doing for now. I'm doing an up strum with my 1st finger. And a hammer-on. A hammer-on means I'm plucking 1 note, and then I'm hammering the next one. Here's your pluck, and here's your hammer-on. That's your hammer-on. I'm doing lots of choking with this hand, and I'm also choking with the fretting hand, with the strumming hand. So it's just kind of random 3 and 5 and 0. I'm just playing again 3 and 5 and 0. That's all we're doing. So let's do something real simplified. It's first string only. Now I'm sliding up from 2 to 3, and I'm going to go down to the second string. So I'm only fretting that second string, 3rd fret. Then I'm playing all 3 open. So there's a hammer on, plucking the 1st string and then hammering with the 3rd finger. So I'm hammering with this hand and strumming obviously with the right hand. So that's a lot of different hammers and so forth. Let's do some slide ups. I'm going to go from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret on the 1st string. So I'm going to try not to do much choking. I pretty much choke all the time when I'm doing this kind of thing. So I'm going to try not to choke, and I'm just going to concentrate on the fingers moving up and down. So I'm sliding from 1, 2 to 1, 3, but I'm sliding real fast. Instead of, it's, that's my 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Sorry, 1st finger. Notice I'm doing a real fast slide up. I'm just walking down the notes here and I'm strumming all the strings. I'm going from 5 to 3 on the 1st string, to 5 on the 2nd, to 3, and the same thing on the 3rd string. And I'm using the nail on my 1st finger to make it kind of brighter. Now if I use my finger tip, I'll do an up strum. Up close. Now here's the fingernail. Much more bright. So what I'm doing over here is simply just kind of randomly playing those notes. 5-3-0, 5-3-0, 5-3-0. And we are in the key of G because it's tuned to open G, so it's 1 chord. It's just basically grooving on that 1 chord. I'm going to try not to do choking here. I choke all the time, so I'm going to try for your beginners not to do any choking. We'll get to the choking maybe a little bit later. Oops, I did some choking. I knew that wouldn't last very long. Real slow. I'm only fretting 1st finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret, and then the 2nd string on the 3rd fret, and then the 3rd string, 3rd fret. So that's the slow version of the hill country style. So let's kind of add more to that now. So we've got the open chord and the 3rd fret and the 5th fret. We know that that works pretty well. We can also go, of course, to the 12th fret, which is the octave, 12 frets up. Same notes as the open, right? So let's try that up here. We're going to go from the 10th to the 12th. I'm strumming all 3 strings. So I'm playing single notes and chords at the same time. I'm just going from the 12th fret to the 10th fret. On the 1st string, 2nd string, and 3rd string. Now you could do a really cool song right there. Slow. Up close. That's the licks I'm playing, but I'm strumming all the strings. It sounds like I'm playing up high and going down here and going all the way down here. And all I'm playing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. So you're starting to catch on that a lot of this is in the rhythm. It's in the right hand. So that's a pretty heavy shuffle there. It's shabump, 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 shabump. It's not like a rock and roll thing. So all I'm doing is going down. I'm playing all 3 strings. So you're starting to get the idea here that you can just kind of move around to various notes. You can't play just any old note, right? But there are certain notes that obviously are going to be working better than others. But you also have those in-between notes, which is the notes that go from in between the proper notes. Anyway, blah da 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 da. Let's not get too confused here. Now, what happens if I move to the 3rd fret and the 2nd? Or the 4th and the 2nd? That's a major key now. It sounds kind of mellow, kind of nice, like you just had a beer and you're just relaxing. No tension on that, right? Nice and laid back. So that's a major key. It's G major. I won't go into the whys and wherefores of that, but it's the 2nd fret and the 4th fret. So let's do a little bit of that, and then we'll go back to the minor. And we'll compare how they sound. Okay, so that's your major. Now here's your minor. Jumping from strings to strings here too. Watch. 1st string, 3rd fret. Open. 2nd string, 2nd fret. And the 3rd string. Now we can also do hammer-ons. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but you can go back and check out the video a little bit later and catch up on it. I'm strumming up with my 1st finger on 1, 3, and I'm very quickly hammering with my third finger 2 frets up to the 5th fret. So you can put all these different things together and you end up with there's your G major, here's your G minor. Here's something I like to do a lot. Take your first finger, put it on the 3rd fret, bend up a little bit with that first finger. I'm also choking again with this hand. Almost all my lessons have a little bit of choking in the right hand because that's just how I play. That means that I'm choking with this hand after I play a note or 2 or 3. It makes it real funky. So let's concentrate on the 3rd fret and 5th fret, and we'll do a new song. Same key, key of G, and it's going to be a simple repetitive riff. Let's just say we're going to go like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going from the 2nd fret, 2nd string, to the 1st string on the 3rd fret. I'm going on the 3rd fret from the 2nd string to the 1st string. Up close. That's a slight bend there. Just a little bit. And then I'm lifting off the fretboard. Lots of stuff going on. I know I'm throwing a lot at you. All right, let's do that one. We'll break this down. The first finger is going to be on 1, 3, and then I'm strumming all strings open. Now I'm going to do an open strum and then put my first finger on 2, 3, and then another open strum. I'm just improvising here, making up stuff. I like doing this a lot. This is a riff starting on the 1st string, 2nd string, and the 3rd string. All right, so I'm strumming all 3 strings, choking with this hand. So, Jag, you choke a lot. Yes, I do. So let's try doing some stuff without choking. Same thing. Now, I tend to choke a lot, so I'm still choking here, even though I said I was going to stop. So let's try it again. Real slow. Even slower. So I'm just doing all this just free form. I'm throwing a whole bunch of different stuff at you. This will give you a lot of time to go back and kind of inspect close up. So in a nutshell, this is the engine. This is what I call the engine. Think of it as a spinning saw. The saw is going around and round and round, and then you're putting that saw against the wood. So this spins around, and then you put it against the wood. Well, your hand kind of moves, and then you use this hand to change the chords and the notes. That probably wasn't a very good explanation. But anyway, this is your engine. So I would start out not choking and then add choking later. So this is your engine, so this keeps on going down, up, down, up. So let's keep it real simple. I'm just going to go down from 5 to 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. Now we need to add those chokes. I mean, you got to make it funky, right? So we end up with... So I've gone over this in a lot of different lessons here, but I'm going to go over it here in case you haven't seen the other videos. I'm choking with the fretting hand, choking with the actual finger I'm pressing down. So let's say I'm going to be on, what is that, 2-5? I'm pressing down that third string, but I'm also using the second finger to mute that first string. So I'm on the second string now. I'm only hearing the second string. How do I kill that? I just lift up off the fretboard. Then we go to the first string. And we can go down to the third fret on all those same strings. So we have 6 notes. Plus the open, so that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? That's if I'm only playing the 5th and 3rd fret. So let's add the other ones. So you're starting to get the idea that you can pretty much do whatever you want. You just have to make sure you hit the right notes, the notes that are in the key. That makes it major. So that's not the right key right there, or right note, if you're in G, for instance. So just kind of get a groove going. Don't worry about choking when you start out. Do that for about 3 or 4 minutes and experiment. Now we're going to add the choking tube. Choking with this hand, which is super, super, super important to learn how to do. Check out some of my other videos. I'm doing this in pretty much every single CBG video I do. Even though I may not be instructing you on how to do that, I'm throwing it in there amongst the other parts. What you might want to do is start out with a John Lee Hooker style. You can check out some of my other videos about John Lee Hooker. And do an up strum. And mute with that hand. Takes a lot of coordination between the two hands if you've never done it before. Takes some practice, just like anything. So I'm concentrating so far just on the 3rd fret and 5th fret. So let's experiment up here. I did that a little while ago. 12 to 10. 12 to 10, back to 12, 12, 10. So first string, second, and the 3rd. Now there's minimal choking there. In fact, I don't think there's any choking there. So start out no choking and then add the choke. And I'm choking with this hand. So what you're doing is you're pressing down and then you're letting up that pressure with that hand. Which gives you a whole new world, right? What's that, Jag? That's pretty cool. It's an R.L. Burnside lick that I stole. So what I'm doing is doing a hammer-on pull-off. And going right back to that same note. Middle string, I'm on the 3rd fret. Sometimes I'll put the open chord in, and then the hammer and pull. There's just so many permutations to this. Just experiment. When I started doing this, I would just sit down and I'd be watching TV with the sound down, and I'd be jamming, not even looking at my guitar neck, and I'd do some of these moves to different frets, and I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool, what was that? And then I have to go back and figure out what I just did. So I'm doing lots of choking there, so Jag, let's do something with no choking at all. Jag, stop, what the heck are you doing? I'm just going between the 3rd fret and the 5th fret. Oops, I did some choking, sorry. Real slow. The right hand just doing down, up, down, up. Back and forth between the 3rd string and the 2nd. Experiment with that when you listen to R.L. Burnside. Put him on YouTube, pick up your guitar, don't plug it in because you don't want to be louder than R.L., but have it kind of a low volume and low enough to where you can hear if you're in the right key and playing the right chords and stuff. And if he's hanging on that one chord, it's probably going to be a G, and you can just boogie along with him and experiment with some notes. Some will work, some won't, and see what works. Keep your right hand doing the up and down, and keep your left hand fretting. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my website, jagshouse.com. Cigar box guitars just like this one for 20 years, and we'll see you next time.